So I thought the ref stopped the fight. I was like, here we go. Until they showed the replay. Lubin was out cold on his feet. His reflexes when he get out cold, he gets stiff, um, and he couldn't fall. We've seen that happen with Jamel Charlo. I think his arm got stuck up in the air. He got crazy reflexes when he get knocked out. So it was a great stoppage by the ref. Great stoppage. What's next for Vergil Ortiz? What's going on with him and his boots saga? This is Gold's boxing. First of all, let's get out the way. Um, y'all might hear my dog snoring. I got a Boston and they snore loud. They breathe loud. But Vergil Ortiz is a lifeline for Golden Boy. People got to remember that. We as the boxing fans, we got to remember that. Ryan Garcia has what? 3 fights, if that, left with Golden Boy, and he's probably gone. That was their superstar. That's who they put everything behind, right? So Oscar, Robert, ain't none of them gonna let Vergil come close to getting his first loss to Jaron Ennis. And ain't Eddie Hearn is not gonna let Jaron Ennis risk getting his first loss against Vergil Ortiz. Now you gotta hear me out. I don't think these boys are afraid of each other. I don't think their promotional companies are afraid of each other. I think they both feel like they got the better fighter. I just know, and we all know, what a loss will do to a career. We all know what a loss would do to Golden Boy. It's over. Y'all might hear some kids outside too. But to be blunt, we as fans, and I don't mean this for the women, because the women when it come to boxing pretty much know what's up. They speak truth. But when us men and us fans, we gotta quit being hoes. And that's as direct as it can get. We gotta quit being hoes in this sport. The little setup they had yesterday, we found out some important things. Y'all seen Jamel there. Y'all seen Earl Spence there looking lively. But Boots and Eddie Hearn had made a chess move to already go up in that ring. You see, I heard it to the grapevine that Earl Spence was playing checkers and made a move to go up in that ring, and him and Vergil was actually talking. I really heard that what was going on from some very credible sources. Now, I would not dare say that because I don't know the Earl personally, and to me, Earl is worse than Lubin right now. He's damaged goods right now, you know. And he got too many things going on for him to even get his license to box. Like it's a big deal with that. But when I say we gotta quit being hoes, we seen them two get in the ring and the boxing fans just got so excited. Oh yeah, this is what I'm talking about. About time they make this fight. Oh man, it's gonna be a good one. Again, I have to keep reminding everybody they played this game at 147. At the time, we needed them two to fight because the 147 is all that was the only thing they had in the 147 was Ortiz and Ennis. And then Norman Jr. came along later. Stelianis was a background character, but all we had was Vergil Ortiz and a promise of him fighting Jaron Ennis. It didn't happen. They stunk it up. Soon as them two dudes left, 147 is back excited. They carried that tradition to the 154 weight class. Only thing is now, we as fans, again, we got to quit being hoes. There is more characters in there. All them boys are afraid of one thing, except for Lubin. They all afraid to lose them O's. Fondura holding belts hostages. All of them boys are running into a corner. It is WWE, what they call a Royal Rumble. They all gonna be in there fighting for real soon, because it's gonna be nowhere to run. Only one that's not acting scary is Bakram, if I said his name right. The one that put the beating on Tim Zoo. Everybody seems to be running from this dude, but it's crazy because I think a lot of them could beat him. But yeah, we as fans, we got to stop that. Everybody was excited, and I believe, even though I don't really know what to believe, I don't really care. I don't have a side on this one because they both playing the same game. I told y'all in one of my videos, one's a light skinned friend, look like Michael Jackson. One's a dark skinned friend, look like Michael Jackson. They both doing the same thing. But I believe what Robert Garcia said a couple days ago. He said, man, this fight ain't gonna even happen. They both, he said, Jaron Ennis got people in mind that he's about to fight already, which I do believe. I just think it was a play by Eddie to make it look like Jaron wants to fight and Vergil's going to go to somebody that he know he shouldn't even be fighting, because I doubt he go to one of the key players. He got his mind on the easiest pick of the litter, which would be right now Zion, but I think Zion is facing a beast, and it's a lot of things going on. But that happens, then everybody can say, ooh, Vergil's ducking. And that's what they're saying a day later. Ooh, Vergil's ducking, which he is ducking. But Jaron Boots ain't got no plans of fighting that man right now either. It is what it is. It ain't what it ain't. That was cute and all. Neither one of them had that ferociousness. And you know, when you really want to fight somebody, smiles, giggles, haha, yeah, it's the time now. Yeah, it's the time. Yeah, it's the time. Now, when you really in there, people, it's gonna have to be bodyguards. It's gonna be some bad language, a lot of bleep outs. When you really want to fight somebody, you gonna let your promoters and everybody know right there. Ain't nobody gonna stop this fight. It's happening. So that's what I feel about that. Um, it was a good fight. I feel like I hate when you ask like when you getting spammed by one of these gurus, you have so many questions, you go do their class, and then you leave out their class with even more questions, and you feel like you just wasted all your money because you still don't know how to get from point A to point B, and they talking about point Y to point Z, but you still way on point A. This is how I feel about the Vergil Ortiz fight, but I'm gonna give him a bunch of credit. I don't know if Lubin was shot. I don't know if Vergil was just that good. I don't know. But I am going to give him credit just for the simple fact of none of these other fighters like Ramos put him out like that. He beat them. And I had Ramos keeping up and or beating um, Ortiz if they would have fought. I really do. Not now. I seen something in Vergil. I seen it. I seen it. And somebody else talked about this too. I think Blue Blood Sports talked about this. Against Ramos, he was against the ropes. Lubin was for no reason. That was his only mistake. When he was off the ropes, he was fighting good. Vergil took advantage of that. Vergil played a little game of pity pat with him to let Lubin think that Vergil was gonna get tired. And it reminded me of the Rocky when he faced the Russian, when they would tell the dude to turn it up. it became a thing where that second round they told Vergil to turn it up. He done turned into a freaking uh Super Saiyan. I mean, he really did. That was dangerous. Uh, I think this better be a wake up call for anybody facing Vergil Ortiz if they get a chance to fight him. It's gonna be a lot of ducking on his side because he's all Golden Boy really got right now. And you never see him speak out against Golden Boy. You never see him have a mental break, this or that. He's not drinking. Like he's their class act citizen. So here's how I feel about that fight. We got to quit being hoes to the sport. Who would y'all rather see each one of them fight? But I know each one of y'all going. We all saying we want to see them two fight each other, but I don't think it's gonna happen. To me, what I understood last night watching them face off was, yeah, we gonna build this fight and get this money. That's what I understood. Eddie messed up Earl Spence's plan to get in that ring. Good one. Eddie made it look like Jaron really wanted this fight next. Good play by Eddie. Eddie's in there playing chess, man. But you gotta understand what's happening. Anyway, this is Gold Boxing. What y'all think about this situation? And yeah, Vergil Ortiz, he's the real deal. He's the real deal. Um, I don't know. I don't know how he'll look against any of them other ones. I think he's one to talk about now. I just don't see as an athlete how a lower guy from a lower weight group, not a lower guy, but a less weight guy, gonna come up here and try to steal our shine. He gonna have to see us. So that's just my thinking. Anyway, this is Gold Boxing. Subscribe, comment, tell me what y'all think.